There, my name is Richard, the first time in my channel. I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so something computer random. And today what we're going to do is, Kellen is still alive, how and why. Specifically, I'm going to explain the sort of journey of book 2 of the harmless book of Blackhat Vol.2. Yes, there is a sequel. Yes, nobody knew about it because it was sort of shadow dropped. Of course, I'm going to explain his journey, why he's still alive, and how he attempted to escape. I mean, this is sort of a question mark what happened at the very end. Now, the book itself is not as complicated as the first one. The first book is sort of easy to sort of strategize how to get out, but you still have sort of challenges. The second book is actually shorter and less difficult because you don't buy the book because of Kellen, because you're kind of interested what happened to the guy. Did he die or not? Specifically what happened in the first book. If you don't know, it's basically Kellen is basically made a deal with Blackhat. If he let the squishies, that sort of alien tribe, that's not their name, that's why I called them. And if he doesn't leave it alone and cannot take them out of the book, he basically served Blackhat without a contract. And Blackhat sort of accepted. That's what everybody thought. Especially what happened in the second book. The second book is that Kellen basically woke up in a convenience store in X-On. It's basically a convenience store made for Villainous show. It's sort of a reference of well-known convenience store on Mexico. But he tried to wake up, but he's standing in the cashier. He doesn't know what actually happening. So the manager come in and take his place, and he's still sort of confused. He doesn't understand what's going on. The only thing he knows, he must keep running. Of course, where? He doesn't know where he is exactly. He decides to just chill for a second and think. He's read something in the wall, something about a Blackhat orders. Some henchmen will come in the store, so he basically wait for them or run. He decides to run. He gets some candy bars and get out of the store, realizing he actually is in the forest completely alone. So he decided to walk in the road quietly. There is no noise, no animals, just him and your voice guiding Kellen out of the convenience store into the forest, till out of nowhere he sees a car. The car passes through and stops, and there is a father and 2 kids asking him he needs a ride. And Kellen actually thinks about it because, once again, he has no choice. To risk it, stay in the forest, or go in the very questionable family. So he decides to go in the family. Now, the father introducing himself as Harold, and his 2 kids, the girl will be Sam, and the son, Jemery. I can't say his name, I'm sorry. Let's continue. They are now talking to Kellen, and he says, "What are you doing here in the middle of nowhere?" And the father explains they're here on a vacation to fish, but of course something is sort of strange. They were driving in the road for several hours in the Black Forest. There is no end in sight. So yeah, that's what we're doing, trying to figure out to get out of the forest. Till they hear a sound. This sound was a amusement park. This huge tent with a lot of rides with candy corn and hot dogs and lots of clowns. Of course, the family decided to actually stop and have some fun. And Kellen, he's sort of suspicious because, let's face it, he's still in the book. He's still not sure what's going on. But at the very end, he decides to join the family to see what's up. Something he actually noticed walking in the amusement park is there are a lot of clowns with white pale faces and red noses, laughing, giggling, sort of creepy like, but the family doesn't really notice that. Just Kellen, just sort of afraid what's going on. He's not yet willing to trust anyone. Till a small car reappears and a huge clown, big as a tall tree, pops out of the car, and his name was Olaf. And the thing is, Kellen knows something automatically. This clown has a top hat, and next to him he pops out his assistant, Jokey, the little child who is the assistant to Olaf. They attempted to entertain the family and make them laugh. The kids and Kellen won't laugh, but the father, would not stop laughing. He's giggling, and Kellen trying to start to be a little freaked out. He turned around to the kids to explain to Mimi to leave, but both kids sort of disappeared. He not know what's going on, so he decided to walk around in the park to see if he could spot them. Till he finds out this machine. This machine is a fortune-telling machine that can predict the future. Of course, Kellen is ignoring it until the machine starts talking, specifically to Kellen, telling him, I can see the future, also can see the kids where they actually are. Kellen stops, turn around, and just see the machine. Of course, the machine responded, yes, you want to see the future, drop a quarter in the machine. Kellen looked at his pockets and had a few change. He decided to put the first quarter, asked, where is Jeremy? He says he's stuck in the machine, and you can see him knocking in the mirror, trying to ask for help. Kellen decides to play the game with the machine, and he actually won to let go of one of the kids. He decided to do the second quarter to ask, where is Sam? The great machine explains, oh, she is his father. He turned around, and there she was. Of course, Kellen was sort of suspicious how he knew where they are and were generally stuck in the machine. So he decided to get one more quarter, asking it, how do you escape off the book? And the machine stays quiet for a few seconds and starts explaining very calmly, oh, I'm guessing it's one of the people trying to go inside a Blackhat organization. The people who call themselves people will not dance. People who dance will die. People will dance will die. People will dance will die. Kellen freaked out and run. Quickly took Sam and Jeremy and trying to get out as fast as they can. Of course, during this chase, they were hunted down by the clowns. Nowhere in sight, decided to hide inside the small car where the clowns were. Of course, one of the clowns stepped inside the car to drive it somewhere location they don't know where they're going till the car stopped. And when the clown get out, Jeremy, Sam, and Kellen opened the door, slowly trying to go out of the car inside this strange building. They don't know where they are. They just quietly and softly walk around, trying to understand, where are we? Till they see a door and decide to go in. And this door, this room, has a lot of chemicals, specifically chemicals to laugh. Kellen sort of stops for a second trying to understand what's going on till he actually saw a folder. This folder grabbed his interest because he has the stamp of peace, the organization he used to work with. So he decided to read. It says Project Open Window. This project allows to have any person to be affected to the clown gene. The clown gene will turn them white pale and turn their nose red, and they won't stop laughing. This is basically a virus. Specifically, you want to say sort of like the toxin Joker toxin from Batman from DC. Yeah, but once again, this is his own thing. Kellen sort of freaked out. He trying to figure out what's going on. He decides to leave and take the kids. And he started running in the hallways till he meets a woman that's not affected, quietly trying to not be noticed. And this woman called of Kellen. The woman introduced herself, calling herself Walton. She is from Peace, trying to figure out how to take the clowns down and take the virus. Of course, Kellen was not sure to actually trust her. In fact, Kellen wanted to ask more follow-up questions. Before he actually asked one, she disappeared because the clown has spotted them. So Kellen and the kids run straight in the hallway and started to notice a light. The light got bigger and bigger. Finally see what the other side really was inside the tent in the middle of the ring to entertain everyone. In the middle of the whole place, there was all of entertaining, but unfortunately, there was hundreds of clowns around them. They thought this is the end from Kellen and the kids. Still, they heard a ice cream car, mowing down all the other clowns. It was Walton herself opening the door and say, "Get in." So the kids and Kellen go inside the truck and just get out of there as fast as they can. But during this time, Walton explaining the viruses is doing inside the carnival. They're spraying all around the people so they can turn as clowns. So all of to control them and control the world. Of course, obvious they're still stuck in the book, so yeah, the virus will be not much effective only in this world. And Kellen's still looking at her, trying to maybe trust her or not. Of course, during this time, Kellen actually realized he needs to talk about the kids, what's actually going on, who he worked with, and what happened to the father, because the father was affected with the virus, and there is no cure to turn him back to human. And now the kids are basically crying to understand the situation, and during this time, Walton actually told him, "The reason I sort of know your name is because of this letter I found." This paper Kellen was reading, explaining in the paper, saying, "Follow the man who actually can hear voices of the sky. He might have all the answers what you're looking for. Signed, Walton." Walton is a specific name that you hear in the two books, leaving clues to help you to figure out the certain situation they actually are. But interesting enough, Walton is the name of Kellen's father. So Walton is Kellen's father. Now Kellen realized who was helping them besides us, the reader, his father. Somehow his father got stuck in the book someday, but he didn't know he's still stuck in the book or he's outside the book. But he will find his father and unite with him once again. For now, the paper still says something very interesting, that you want to get off the book, go to this location inside the cavern. You must see where the sky lands and the water turns ink, and write a word 12. That did not make sense, but the whole group decided to go to the cavern and look to see the situation they actually are and hopefully have an answer. And they did. They go inside the cavern and they go deeper and deeper. That you just see pitch dark. They noticed something in the water that was specifically the water ink. Kellen trying to understand what the words said in the paper, trying to understand what you mean right in the water ink. He decided to write 12 and everything started moving. Everything trying to open to this sort of hallway, this train station with people waiting inside to go in the train. Everybody looking at each other and said, "Why not? Let's go inside the train to see where we go next." During this time, Kellen looks at you and speaks to you. Kellen explains, "I think we're actually finally leaving this place. At least that's what I hope. Of course, with this book, you don't know what's going to happen next. Before this book ends, let me explain the information I got from Blackhat on his own room. In his room, he was carrying a book. This book is he's protecting it because he has sort of a ritual. I don't know what it is, but this is the only reason why I survive. I guess the reason why Blackhat did not attempt to kill me because he want to know I have any information of this book if I actually read it. The only thing I understand or read the book is the fact it's sort of a ritual that you need all the highest members of Blackhat organization, specifically top half ranking. All of them must unite one specific day during the full moon. Specifically, they call it the Black Moon. We don't know what it is or what is the process of the ritual, but this information will help you understand more how to stop Blackhat, or at least a way to stop him. Give this information to Peace to actually help him take him down. Now, before I end, I must thank you, and the book ends. Basically, they cut off Kellen. So yeah, we don't know what actually officially happens. It's basically your interpretation. Of course, it's basically hopefully they get a third book to see what happened to him. For right now, he maybe escaped, and we don't know. In fact, let me ask this question. Do you like this sort of abridged version of the book? Because I did leave a lot of things out. Of course, you do like Kellen. Do you like his adventures? You hopefully he will get out. Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.